Hello, boys and girls. This is episode number 10, and we already liberated Eastern Turkestan. We stabilized Jabal Shamar, but it fell. Well, yeah, it screwed up, and there's still civil war on the peninsula. And we liberated Western Thrace, and now, we're just gonna jump in. That's all we're gonna do. Namibia land capitulated. Blah 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 blah. Südwest Africa. What I don't understand is why does Germany not help its colonies? Like you could literally just take all of this so easily. What's wrong with you, Germany? Oh yeah, I should get my guys out of there. So what I'm gonna do is protests escalate in Jerusalem. Called on by the Arab notables and leaders, a mass protest was held in the city of Jerusalem earlier today to pressure the council into the closure of the Jewish Immigration Office, which recently expanded its operations. What started as a peaceful protest quickly escalated after gendarmerie forces started cracking down on some of its leaders. In response, the protesters started throwing stones at windows of foreign businesses and assault foreign nationals on the streets of the city. Eventually, the authorities were able to subdue the protests before further violence could spread. But with resources spread thin, the action has scared the International Council that the situation might be far more explosive than initially thought. This is an affront to our Muslim brethren. Alright, so, guys, I'm gonna put my soldiers on a defensive line over here. And I tell you why I'm doing this over here. Anti-Zionist protests in Baghdad, organized by students from the Baghdad Lower College and Iraqi groups such as the Young Muslim Society protests, are rocking the capital of Baghdad, of the Iraqi region. They are expressing their outrage towards the increasing Zionist settlements in the MOG, Mutasarrifat of Jerusalem, and calling on all Muslims in the empire to protect their Palestine brethren from this threat. Disturbing. Baghdad will increase. So, I get attrition. So if I have too much unrest in a province, I'll just get attrition, and that's the problem. Zambia has capitulated. Oh yeah, I have so many command power, I'll just want to use that. Oh, I'm not at war, so I can't use it to create. Malicious. Creation of the State Airlines General Directorate. Seen as one of the most vital technological advancements of our era, the Ottoman government has already had a keen interest in the field of aviation, as its potential of partisan suppression and quick communications are essentially for maintaining the integrity of the sublime state. Besides military applications, however, there has been a growing interest into the potential of civilian transportation by air from the center of the periphery. To create this demand, the government has struck a partnership with the German aircraft manufacturer Junkers to enable the construction of licensed-built planes within the Ottoman Empire. Even though the empire doesn't readily possess the technological power or degree of industrialization to mass-produce aircraft, this sector of the industry has been absorbed into the state directives as essential to the interests of the Ottoman state. The current airline, operated by the Ministry of Defense, has also been rebranded into the State Airline General Directorate and flooded into the Department of Transportation. Whilst ambitious plans for an airport in Constantinople have also been drafted up, the lack of funding has postponed this indefinitely, with the already collected funding instead shifted towards the expansion of airstrips in Baghdad, Beirut, Mecca, and Misurata. we take to the skies. So, well, see, and this is the point where I say, this is Turkestan. It's named Turkestan, alright? So I should be able to do more than just send one volunteer group, which will, by the way, won't help at all. It won't help at all. Okay? Like I should be able to do more, or there must be an event for East Turkestan to peace out with the Russians, because in the end, you'll just lose the war. I mean, anyways. So, we do this, and I'll tell you why, because then I can exchange what I think I told you in episode 1, that you can exchange the governor, and for that you lower the level of unrest in the province. Grasping back to our predecessor, the CUP politics have become something not solely decided by the Privy Council, but a true mass movement. Whilst this means we no longer have to pay lip service to few selected upper-class notables, we still need to adapt our program to the needs of support base, or, if anyone doesn't exist, create one ourselves through carefully planned notables. Go on. This is like, come on. Rumors had been brewing for a while now after the electoral defeat of the decentralized coalition in 1935. I'm so sorry, guys. Of a new party for second generation Syrian nationalists, promising to be young, dynamic, and very different from the traditional Damascene parties. This new party was today announced to the public under the leader Ahmed Sarabati, Abdulrazaki al-Dandashi, Irfan al-Jalad, and Shafiq Suleiman as the language of the National Association, a League of National Association. In the opposition to the old elites, deeply ingrained with the Ottoman civil system, the new party promises to be the voice of the Syrian youth and work together with other Arab national forces to hasten the autonomy Syria has been striving for. Likely influenced by Egyptian rhetoric, the League of National Action has also embraced a Qawmi or Greater Arab identity as opposed to the Syria-focused Watandi identity of the Damascene elite. Despite their enthusiasm, however, so far interests from regions outside Syria have been lukewarm as best, and even within Syria their message doesn't seem to reach much further than Damascus. These are just bored youngsters. 83% party popularity, that's good. Oh yeah, I should do that. And the resettlement. Oh yeah, this is the most important, because that takes 400 days. So, enact the 1938 Resettlement Law. Law number 2510, or the 1938 Resettlement Law, grants full authority to the Ottoman state to handle immigration of certain population groups. What this means in practice is that it allows the movement to mark certain regions deemed in need of further assimilation and resettle citizens within that region until this goal has been achieved. Being first proposed by Yusuf Zia Zarbun, the law itself does not specify which populations fall under its various categories, but it is no secret that it has been influenced by the Turkish nationalist movement, and that it will primarily target Turkish population, such as the remaining Armenian settlements of Eastern Anatolia and the Kurdish population. Right. Enact. And the tax collection. And we have, just a second, this is like abolish the Hamidia. Oh yeah, I need to. This has like 15%, then we had 70%. If I do this 70, that's 85. And I'll need to increase the gendarmerie and abolish the Hamidia, but this is done immediately. So these two are done immediately, so I don't need to wait. I should do this, which is 200 days. And by the way, the islands takes. Only 100 days. Okay, so this is okay. Just takes 100 days to integrate them. The abolishment is done instantly. Though that's all okay. It's just what's important for me is, see, you have still 500 days on this. That when the civil war is over, when the Arab-Ottoman war is over, I want to start reintegrating all these vilayets, because that's when I need them. Like I can, because anyways, you'll see then. Okay, are you kidding me? Oh, okay, I haven't done it yet, so hence I can't do it. Centralized tax collection to Kurdistan, even more so than in other regions of the empire in eastern villages of Anatolia, are a region with little control by the central state and have been proven surprisingly resilient to reform. On top of that, Ottoman gendarmerie has trouble providing security to the citizens of the empire, as roads and paths, especially in the mountains regions, are filled with bandits and highwaymen, which make travel without escort a dangerous affair. Tax collectors are especially targeted, as the sheikhs seem either incapable but more likely unwilling to provide the security necessary for a good functioning administration. As a cherry on top, the little taxes that do get collected more often than never reach the capital and either get embezzled or outright stolen. This situation thus necessitates a large, thorough reform, which is likely to uproot a plethora of local traditions and insult existing power structures, which will force us to use military force if necessary to make the whole affair be handled in an orderly fashion. Okay, 200 days. Start with that. Japan announces her traditions, blah 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 blah. Alright, you lot over there. Who are you, by the way? Okay, yeah, you're refitting. You lot over there. You lot over there. And then let's see. Anti-Zionist action in Iraq. Just a second. Nuhairi Arabia took 4 states. Al-Hassa was annexed. Aha. Well, let's see what Nuhairi Arabia is. Anti-Zionist action in Iraq. After protests were ultimately quelled by the Wali of Baghdad for their disruptive nature, various Arab and Muslim groups expressed their grief in different ways. day of mourning have been declared, prayers recited for the souls of all who perished in Palestine, and newspapers appear bordered in black. Even more disturbing is a romantic attachment to the flag of the failed Arab revolt, which has regularly started to show up all across gatherings. Although its usage is officially banned by the state, many Arab gendarmerie units are refusing to intervene, causing its distribution to increase at a rapid pace. This is starting to get out of hand. Well, are you being serious? Like, you declare war on me? I never had this. I'm 250 short on equipment. Were you? Oh yeah, mate. Just go protect the holy cities, please. Yeah. I know that I don't need them, but anyways, I'll let them go there. I just want to end this as quick as possible. Failed coup d'etat in Cairo. Murder in Baghdad. MOG holds further Jewish immigration. Let's start with murder in Baghdad. Oh no. Failed coup d'etat in Cairo. Gunfire could be heard earlier today in Cairo as a group of conspirators stormed the palace, calling themselves the Society of Justice. The group was planning to restore Abbas II to the throne, the last Ottoman Khalif. Abbas II has recently seen an increase in popularity across the Muslim world due to his Islamist ideas, giving rise to various groups wishing for his return. Nonetheless, the failed coup attempt has come to an advantage of the Cairo regime, as the close relations between the Khalif and the Ottoman government has shifted public opinion squarely against the Turks. Farouk I himself has already called the attack on his life a vicious plan by the imperialist Turks to smother Arab independence, and a reportedly starting calling for military action against the port. Wait, we didn't do anything, did we? I will hang you. I will hang you, Farouk.